Today, we're going to go over some things that you guys probably didn't know about in GTA 5 Online. Although this game has been out for a very long time, I guarantee there is at least one or two things on this list that you guys did not know about in GTA 5 Online. So hope you enjoy the video. Before we get it started, be sure to check out the Gazani down below in the description if you guys need any money in GTA 5. With that said, I hope you enjoy, and let's get it started. First up is this weird headlight glitch that you could do with certain vehicles like the Savastra. Now, what this glitch actually is where you have your normal car, you bring it into the custom shop, and you take a look at the front grille. It has 4 lights, 2 always running lights, and then the regular high beam lights. Now, if you were to normally turn them on, it would just show the high beams turning on as they normally would, and the regular lights turning on as they normally would. If you switch the grille to a grille that only has 2 out of those 4 lights available, and you bring the car outside and you turn the normal lights on, they'll work as they normally would, and then you turn the high beams on, there will be no light coming from the car whatsoever. It'll look like the lights are off, but if you spin your camera around, it'll still show lights that are on, which is just kind of weird. Obviously, there is an explanation for why this happens because these vehicles are supposed to have 4 headlights, the 2 high beams, and then the 2 regular lights, and if you take those high beam lights off, there's no light for them to project. But it's just kind of weird how they just shut off the normal lights and they don't even use them whatsoever. The reason why I think it looks kind of cool is because if you take a look at it from a distance, you'll only see the 2 little headlights appearing from the vehicle, but no light being reflected anywhere else. And then you compare it to what a normal car looks like with the high beams on, or just even the regular lights, and you could see that light is actually reflected onto the ground. So it's kind of cool if you go into a dark area and you do this, because you'll just see the 2 little headlights and you won't be able to see any other light whatsoever. So I thought it was just kind of a little cool trick. Next up is this pretty cool parachuting thing that you guys can do. So as you guys would normally do, if you see somebody parachuting in GTA 5, or if it's your friend, you would take a gun out and you would shoot the parachute, and the parachute would kind of just like flip and go all wonky, and it'll do all this weird stuff. And it's honestly just a pretty fun thing to do to troll your friends, and sometimes they'll end up just parachuting uncontrollably and end up flying straight into the ground, and then after that, they will die. But did you guys know there is actually something pretty cool you could do with the parachutes? If you guys take out a flare gun out of your inventory and aim it at your friend or whoever is parachuting, it'll actually just make the parachute disappear, and they won't be able to open any kind of reserve chute either, and they will just fall to their death. I thought it was kind of cool. You should definitely try it out on your friends and see how they react. Next up, I guarantee you guys know this one, and it's the one where you guys can actually drive a train. Now, you can't actually drive the actual train, like sit where the conductor sits and drive the entire train. But you guys can drive a propane tank, which is kind of weird, or whatever tank it is. You have to go to this location on the map. It's just on the east side of the city, or a little north of the city. It's the only spot where the train stops. And you're going to be looking for a specific train. A new train comes to this exact spot on the map every like 2 minutes in real life time, not in GTA time. So if you guys just wait, it'll end up appearing, and you want to stand right where I'm standing right here. And eventually the train will just pull up and it'll be carrying that gas tank. All you want to do is just hold triangle and keep holding triangle, and eventually you'll just teleport inside the actual train. You can't go in first person, you can't shoot any guns, and you also can't get out, but you can also not die, which is also pretty cool. So you could set a bounty on yourself and tell some tryhards to come and kill you, and if they do, you'll give them $1 million, but they won't be able to kill you, and they'll get really mad and start raging at you, being like, oh, you're a pussy using glitches and stuff like that. This next one has to be hands down my favorite trick in GTA 5. It's so cool. You guys can make a mega mine explosion with any vehicle that can drop mines. Now, you probably already knew you could drop 5 mines at a time and you could stack them up. But did you guys know that you can make a mega explosion every single time you do this? Now, I've been having a blast doing this in GTA 5, even to just NPCs. It creates a mega explosion. So let's go through it with every single mine. First up is the EMP mine. It really doesn't do anything for this trick. Honestly, it's probably the worst one out of all of the mines, but in general, the EMP mine is pretty cool, but for this trick, it does not work properly. The best one to use is the kinetic mine. This is what it looks like when one of the mines actually blows up. It just pops up one side of your car and one part of your car is still usually on the ground, so it's not the best. But then when you stack like 5 of them on top of each other, this is what happens. the cars in the surrounding area will literally be launched up into the air. And I think it is so cool, especially if you do this to one of your friends. They pull up with their brand new car and you drop 5 of these mines down. They will be launched up into the air and they won't know what the hell happened to them. It's definitely the best out of every single mine you can use for using this trick, because it just launches whoever drives over the mines straight up into the air. And then, of course, after that, you have the sticky mines and the slick mines, which either make your car stick to the ground or just slide around everywhere. And honestly, they're pretty cool too. But the only thing with these mines is they just create a pretty big area of explosion. So there's just going to be a lot of oil on the ground or whatever it is that is actually used to do this. So it isn't really the craziest thing, but honestly, it's pretty cool if you put them all in like a shape and then somebody drives over it. They're going to be stuck there for a minute and you could really troll them. So the sticky and slick mines are honestly still pretty cool for this trick. And lastly, you have the explosive mines, which honestly don't really do too much different than any normal mine or any explosive mine. One mine, as you guys just saw, just made a regular explosion, and then if you stack them all up on top of each other, it just creates a little bit bigger of an explosion. Obviously, if you had 5 mines there, it would be able to destroy vehicles that are actually armored, I believe, that take more than one explosion to destroy them, but honestly, it's still pretty cool. This next trick is a pretty obvious one, and a lot of people probably know this, but for the people that don't, did you guys know you could stop your car instantly at any speed? It's very simple to do. All you need to do is hold down on the D-pad or whatever button you use to actually bring up this menu, and then switch to a story mode character. You'll get that alert, and then back out of it, and your car will be at a complete stop. It's really fun to use to troll. I especially use it in races as well to brake check people and troll the shit out of them, but it's definitely a cool trick and you should try it out. This next one I didn't actually know about until a few days ago. Did you guys know that you could actually change your homing launcher targets to anybody you want? If it's in a helicopter or if it's in a homing launcher, it doesn't matter who it is. If you guys just click the left bumper on your controller, which is L1 on PS4, and I think it's left trigger or something on Xbox, and I'm not too sure what it is on PC, but on PS4, if you click your left bumper, you can actually swap between your targets. So if you're doing a mission or something in free mode and you guys have to kill a bunch of people, and let's say there's a vehicle there that you don't want to be destroyed and the lock-on is aiming directly at that vehicle, you could just hover there and just keep clicking L1 until you get to a person that you actually want to lock onto and then kill them. And it's honestly one of the most useful things in this entire game, because there's been a lot of times before where I've accidentally locked onto the wrong person or to a cop instead of the person I wanted to kill, and then I get stars or something like that. It's honestly just a really useful thing that I had no idea was in the game, and I wish Rockstar would have talked about it a tiny bit before so more people knew about it, but hopefully now a lot of people know how to do this and it'll help them out in the game. This next one isn't really a trick or anything like that because there's no way for you guys to actually look at it, but if you guys are on PC, you can definitely take a look at it. So did you guys know the Earth is actually flat in GTA 5? But obviously in real life, it's not. If you think it is, be sure to comment it down below so people can roast you. But yeah, in GTA 5, the Earth is completely flat. If you were able to take a plane and go up into the space of what it would be in GTA 5, you'll actually notice that the part we play on is this little flat circle that actually just keeps moving away further from my player, as you guys can see in the video. That is the actual area that we play on in GTA. And even what you see next to the circle, which you would assume would be the globe, is actually not. It's just a bigger circle with clouds around it. And if you try to fly past it, you won't be able to because the gravity will just pull you straight back down. And if you're wondering what it actually is, that is literally just water. There is nothing else there. I've actually made a video about this before where I attempted to fly to the end of the ocean. There is literally no end. They made it so the ocean will go on indefinitely, just forever, as long as you could possibly think. You could spend 80 years flying out into the ocean. You will never get to the end. I guarantee that 100%. But I did think it was kind of cool that the Earth is flat in GTA 5, but it's pretty obvious because, like I said, Rockstar is not going to make an entire globe in GTA 5 just to show that the Earth is round in this game. Like every game ever created, I don't believe that they actually make the part where you play on round or have any sort of curvature like the Earth would in real life, because it is a video game, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. This next one is also pretty cool. Did you guys know there is an end to the actual ocean under the water? Now, if you were to fly above the water, you will never get to the end of the ocean, like I said before. But if you guys were to go down, you will actually get to the end of the ocean floor, which I thought was kind of cool. If you take a submarine, but obviously you won't be able to unless you have a PC with a mod menu, if you were to take a submarine like I'm doing and you were to just keep going all the way down, you would eventually reach a point where there is a big ocean cliff and you would start to fall down it. Now the weird thing about this is even with a mod menu, you can't actually access this area. It's kind of weird. The only way you could do it is if you freeze your vehicle and drag it down using something in the mod menu that we use to like place objects. Then you guys can actually freeze your vehicle at the very, very bottom where the ocean cliff is. And after that, it's literally just water forever. It's pretty cool because that's actually where the ground ends. Like, it's just the weirdest thing ever. Obviously, Rockstar could have just kept putting more ocean floor out there, just like how they did with the water, because the water will literally just keep going on forever and ever above ground, like at the actual sea level. But underwater, it just disappears and it just becomes nothing. You will literally just be falling through the water forever. No one will ever be able to find you again. And if you guys wanted to test it out, you can't really do it. But if you guys know where the point is, where you guys actually fly your plane and you continuously just keep flying out and then it just breaks and dies, that is actually the point where this happens. If you were to actually go straight down from there, you would notice that there would be nothing. There would be no floor, no ocean floor, literally just water forever. And I thought it was kind of cool. Well guys, that is going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to smash a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and I am going to be starting a Discord challenge very, very soon for a chance for you guys to win a lot of money. Up to, I think, about $80 million in in-game cash, so be sure to join my Discord if you guys want a chance at winning that. More information will come out very soon in my Discord. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.